Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Melontosh here, back for the GPC Week 1 team builder. Of course, you guys know the team that I drafted because you watched the draft analysis, obviously. But just in case you didn't watch it, the team that I drafted is Mega Kangaskhan, Tapu Bulu, Holucha, Zydoge, Mimikyu, Fortress, Blastoise, Nidoqueen, Lipard, not Purloin, I always do that, Gothorita, Leavanny, and Golem. And the team we're going up against today is the Baltimore Braviaries and ShinySabalye. Make sure you go check it out. Link will be in the description down below. Really cool dude. We've played, I think, 3 times now. First time we played, he 6-0'd me, so definitely a decent player. I didn't know how counter worked, and then Doublade just sort of clicked buttons. But the team he has got is really scary. Let me read out the 12 he decided to draft. Is the Mega Diancie, the Jirachi, the Kirin Black, which is an insane core, backed up by Tornadus T, Alamomola, Tangela, Rotom Regular, which I love, Emboar, Jolteon, Ordino, just some thick regenerator cores there, Masquerain, and of course Krokorok. Masquerain was a huge snipe from me. Really wish I had Masquerain instead of Leavanny, but what are you going to do? Ben decided to just be that guy and go ahead and snipe me, so whatever. The 6 I'm expecting him to bring, as you can see, is in order I'm expecting him to bring them, is the Mega Diancie, the Jirachi, the Kirin Black, the Tornadus Therian, the Alamomola, and the Tangela, while the next most likely I really think Rotom could come, because it checks Holucha pretty well, but he does have the Alamomola, which could do that as well, but then the Alamomola can't check Kangaskhan as well, so I think that Rotom has a possibility to come, but then if he doesn't bring the Rotom, something like Banded Bulu would come, and if he doesn't bring Rotom, it means I'm probably expecting defensive Jirachi, because Banded Bulu would do over half to a offensive Jirachi, so he really wouldn't have many switch-ins. And the other thing is, if he doesn't bring Tangela, then as you guys can see, I'm not actually bringing Zydoge just because of that Tangela, and Zydoge would run through his team, unless he's expecting Alamomola to take on Holucha, Mega Kangaskhan, and Zydoge is a Z user, so I'm not sure. The Z users for my team, for my opponent's team, sorry, are the Tornadus Therian and I'm not sure. Tornadus Therian, and I'll be right. It was the Jolteon, of course. So you've got Tornadus Therian and the Jolteon as his 2 Z move users. Definitely expecting Tornadus Therian to be holding that flying MZ because it does really well. His offense absolutely destroys my team. My team is a very offensive team, so of course that was going to be the case. Also, Emboar and Jolteon can be huge threats to my team. Jolteon mainly if Nidoqueen goes down, and Emboar actually really can be, but I just think my offense can beat Emboar a lot easier than some of his other stuff. So that's why I feel he's not going to bring Emboar in this matchup. But I don't have a switch in. So I do have Blastoise in team matchup, but on my team I do not have a switch in. Yeah, so, and that's the thing, if he doesn't bring Tangela, I'm going to be a bit annoyed that I didn't bring the Zydoge, because Zydoge could do a number to his team, especially if Alamomola gets weakened down by my Kangaskhan, which is more than capable of doing, or even my Holucha, which again, it's more than capable of doing, because I can set up Sword Stances on the Alamomola quite comfortably, and if he burns me, I can just set up another one. It's not going to be doing too much to me. Rotom, however, is a really good check. I mean, it's immune to Holucha's Fighting Stab. It gives him that ability to switch into a high jump kick and me take 50%, which is really nice for him, I think, and it resists acrobatics. If he brings Rotom, I'm expecting him to bring a Cobbleberry for the Throat Chop, otherwise Holucha is just going to decimate that thing. The hardest thing with Holucha this game is going to be getting off a Sword Stance, but if I get off a Sword Stance, I look quite good. Ordino, Masquerain, and Krokorok I don't think are coming. Ordino, I mean, just gets smacked by a lot of things on my team. It's like Holucha can kill it, Bulu will kill it, the Kangaskhan will kill it, Zygold would even be able to kill it, even Mimikyu with the Z move. It's not looking great for Ordino this matchup. If he really wants a Cleric, then maybe he can bring the Ordino. Masquerain could potentially come if he goes like Hyper Offense or something, and maybe he brings Emboar and Masquerain instead of Alamomola and Tangela. That's something I could see him potentially doing, and if he does do that, I can't go with my original plan, which is to lead with Fortress and try and get rocks and stuff up, because Ben has this little weakness in his team where his only 2 defoggers are the Tornadus Therian and the Rotom. And Tornadus Therian wants its other 4 moves. It can bring the defog, but it wants to run Hurricane, it wants to run something like Knockoff or Grass Knot, or even Superpower or Focus Blast, something like that. Even something like Iron Tail for the Mimikyu. He may want Icy Wind. He may want a Poison move. It gets access to Sludge Wave. I feel like Defog is something that would take away from Tornado Hysteria in this matchup. So if he does have the Defog, then I've got to try and figure out what his coverage is. Hurricane does hit my team very, very hard, especially the team I brought. He's going to want Heat Wave as well for my Fortress, so I just think Defog is going to be tough for him this matchup, unless he brings the Rotom. But then if he doesn't bring the Rotom, he has one of the other things. Maybe he doesn't bring Tornadus and brings the Rotom instead, but I'd be happy with that because it means he has less offense and less speed, which is really good for me. Tornado Hysterian speed tier is really deadly to my team. I don't have anything that outspeeds it other than Holucha in grassy terrain. So yeah, it's problematic, so I'm not sure what he's going to do there. I do expect one of those first 7 mons though. So let's now go ahead and get into my team that I did brought. We've got Victoria, the Nidoqueen first up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run down the team, then I'm going to talk about the synergy and why I brought the other stuff and my plan going before the match. We should be playing today, hopefully, if all goes well. I do want to watch England versus France rugby, but I'm going to have to play this game and then hopefully I can catch the second half or something. Actually, I don't know what time we're playing. Maybe we can play after. But anyway, we've got Victoria the Nidoqueen. You guys don't want to know about my life plans. With the Choice Scout, Sheer Force, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Thunderbolt, and Focus Blast, I'm going to be playing this thing extremely aggressively. If I can switch it in on the Tornadus, I am going to click Earth Power. I think I am going to make that play, depending on what situation I'm in, but most likely, and what health of Jirachi's in and all that stuff, and also his team makeup. So we got Walnut of the Fortress, get it? Wool, it's a wool, and it's a nut, Walnut, yeah, I know. Nicknames are on point. Joking, my nickname's awful, but we've got the Ockerberry because there's lots of stuff that's going to want to run Hidden Power Fire. We've got Stealth Rock, Spikes, Gyro Ball, and Rapid Spin. If he does decide to lead with the Diancie, to try and stop me from getting my Rocks and Spikes up, because maybe he opts to not bring Defog this game, he is going to get dryballed in the face and die. That's that. He can't bring the Babiri Berry on his Diancie, and Dryball is going to be able to absolutely decimate him. My plan is basically just to lead with Fortress, get Stealth Rocks and Spikes up if I can. He may want to lead with something offensively because Fortress is a pretty obvious lead on my team, not going to lie. So next up is Natural Libre. With the Grassy Seed, of course, to take advantage of the grassy terrain with Unburden, Drain Punch, Acrobatics, Throat Chop, and Sword Stance. I'm adamant with 96 speed, allows me to outpace a Scarfed Jolteon. It's actually exactly the same, pretty much, as the OU set, because in OU you want to outpace, I think it's Scarfed Coco, and Jolteon's the same speed as Coco, so it ended up being the same. I have 160 in defense because it allows me to take a Jirachi Psychic. And basically a lot of his team's special attackers. I can take one hit basically from everything, especially with my +1 defense, and then the 160 in the Spadef. I can take a one, not from everything, but from, I can't take it from Diancie or Tornadus, but it means I can take hits from the Tangela or the Alomomola a lot better. I don't think he's going to want to leave Tangela in against me unless he has the Sleep Powder. But then he's running the risk of me waking up on turn 2, which I'm not sure of the chances, but I think it's about a 50-50, so it's pretty risky for him. But it's something he can do. I can live a defensive Rotom's Thunderbolt, and I can live a defensive Jirachi's Psychic, and I can live offensive Jirachi's Zen Headbutt with the +1, so it's not bad for me. I don't think I live the offensive Psychic though, but if he is defensive and mixed to try and take out Holucha, so Holucha can't set the Sword Stance up against him, I can set up the Sword Stance on Jirachi if I know it's defensive, because I have all the 160 in the Spadef, so that's pretty nice for me. Next up is El Toro with leftovers, Horn Leech, Nature's Madness, Substitute, and Toxic. I was really up in the air between Leech Seed and Toxic before the match. This thing is max Spadef with 8 in defense because I need something to take on Diancie. Diancie is a humongous threat to my team, especially if it starts rock polishing and stuff like this. It's not going to be pretty for me. It's really, really not going to be pretty for me. But El Toro can take it on reasonably well, and with leftovers and Grassy Surge recovery, I do get a lot of recovery back, so I can maybe go for the sub on that. I think Tangler is going to be the likely switch in. Another reason why I think he is bringing Tangler is because Bulu hits so hard. He also had a matchup in the UBC. I did a bit of scouting. I just wanted to make sure, because although we've played a few times, I know he's a good player, I wanted to make sure that he sped crept and how he sped crept, so I did some scouting. And he had a match in the UBC versus a Bulu, and he obviously liked Tangler because he drafted it in the UBC as well. Actually, I think he took over a team there. Yeah, I think he took over a team, but then he corrected the team to get Tangler on it, and he used Tangler as his Bulu switch in. He brought Sludge Bomb like I'm expecting. So this thing, I should be able to set up a sub on it. I can Toxic it, and I can Nature's Madness it as well. I know it's got Regenerator, but it still forces it to synthesis or something like this. And getting a Toxic off is really useful on Tangela, just for anything. I mean, it's just wearing it down is really nice. Next up is Mama Jackie. Don't know why the A is capital there. Mama Jackie, because this little guy in the pouch is definitely Jackie legs. So we got Mama Jackie here. With the Kangaskhan, of course, Parental Bond. I don't know what I want beforehand. I mean, I don't have to Mega Evolve. I could go early bird in case Tangela wants to put me to sleep or something, but I'm going to sub up on Tangela in case I switch in on Tangela. I doubt it. I could go Scrappy. We're going to go Scrappy. Then if I don't want to Mega Evolve, I can Power Punch on the Rotom switch in. If that happens, because I am completely walled by Rotom. But as you're going to see, my next mon is going to help out with that. And also, if he does bring the Rotom, I'm very much expecting the Cobra Berry, so I don't mind setting up with Holucha early to open the door for my Mama Jackie, because Mama Jackie can be a big threat to his team as long as I actually play it right. It can be a really big threat to his team. Next up is Selena Carl. We just call it Selena the Light Bar with Black Glasses, Prankster, Pursuit. I don't know why I have Prankster, because I don't have any moves that take advantage of Prankster. So we have got the Pursuit, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, and Iron Tail. Sucker Punch is just to, you know, get some extra damage if I'm going to go down against something faster than me. Knockoff is Knockoff. It's great to knock off Rocky Helmet, something like this. Iron Tail, because Diancie would be a pretty good switch into this thing, and obviously offensively pressure me a lot. And if I want to just sack this thing because he brings Diancie in on me, I can just click Iron Tail, and if he decides to go for Calm Mind or Rock Polish, then I have a very, I mean, as long as I hit, I'm going to kill the Diancie, which is really good for me. But the general idea obviously in here, so as you guys can see the team, we'll get into the whole general idea of the team, but to Pursuit Trap the Jirachi, to wear it down for the Holucha sweep, to get rid, Pursuit Trap the Rotom as well if I can, because if it brings Rotom, it's going to have to defog as well, which means if I get my rocks and spikes up, I am going to be able to get the Rotom in, which means I should be able to go into Selena on the defog. And if he goes for Will-O-Wisp, it's not great, but I still get decent damage off, and I burn the Cobra Berry if he has it, which means Throat Chop from my Holucha will kill it, which is perfect basically. Because I need to be able to kill that thing, and then if I set up with Holucha, he's obviously going to have Rotom as a switch in, so that way I can kill it, and then Kangaskhan can run free. If he doesn't bring the Rotom though, then this thing is just for Jirachi, which is really useful for me actually. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't bring Rotom, but just because and I don't think he will, and I'm hoping he doesn't. But he definitely can. It's a great bring versus me. So that's what Selena Carl's job here is. Really not much, just to Pursuit Trap the Jirachi and knock items off if I have to, but really Pursuit Trap the Jirachi and the Rotom, and that's it. I can get Sucker Punches off against the Tornadus, even the Jirachi, stuff like this. If it's Scarf Jirachi, that's fine for me. I should also be able to, if I need to, Pursuit Trap something like the Tornadus, because he should fear the Prankster Thunder Wave, or even he should want to switch out his Alamomola and Tangler on me if they go for Synthesis or Wish, because I can Encore in them into that. So that's nice. I guess Limber, I don't really know if he... Yeah, I don't really know. He doesn't really have many knockoff users, so Unburden's not too useful. I don't really know. And Limber, I guess I'll just go with Limber. I'm just going to go Limber. Stun Spore... what do you call it? Stun Spore Tangler, you never know. So the general idea with the team is to, obviously it's a very offensive team. I want to lead with the Walnut, the Occa Berry Walnut, to get rocks and spikes up. And if he brings Masquerain, I'm probably not going to lead with that. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to lead with it because it's just so obvious, and he may want to lead with something like, I don't know. Yeah, something like Kieran Black, or even Jirachi with Fire Punch, or Hidden Power Fire, or the Taunt-T to Heat Wave me. I live any hit. Of course I've got Sturdy, and I'm full Spadef, so I actually live any hit on the special side, so I'm guaranteed rocks pretty much. And that's the other thing, is I really want rocks up this match for the Kieran Black and the Tornadus. I think if Kieran Black comes in on rocks twice, then if it has Tropical Berry, which I am kind of expecting this match for my Holucha, then it's not going to be able to take the hit. I do have Drain Punch on Holucha just because he can easily run Protect on Diancie. I would kind of, potentially what I could see him bringing is like a Protect Diancie to lead, so he gets up the Magic Bounce Protect on my Fortress, as I would just Gyro Ball because I know the Protect could be a thing. He can then switch out into something like the Alamomola and then maybe pivot back out into his Diancie to try and get the magic bounce off. If he does that, I will just click Dry Ball on the Alamomola, because one, I'm playing offensively. I really don't want rocks up easily on my side of the field. And that's another problem with Ben's team, is Jirachi is his only rocker. So he either doesn't have rocks or he brings defensive Jirachi. In which case I could kind of see him not bringing Tangler, because he could have the defensive Jirachi to check the Bulu, but then he doesn't have a very good answer to Zydoge. Like Banded Zydoge, I know Alamomola can take it on, but then like I get to switch into Bulu or something like this, so I'm not sure. And that's why I wanted Leech Seed, because it dealt with the Jirachi, but if I can Nature's Madness to the Jirachi, he has to go for Wish Protect to get recovery, so that's not too bad. And then basically just to pressure his team, Kangaskhan has the HP and no investment in attack, but yeah, I'm a breaker set with substituting Wisp, because I can sub up on Alamomola and the Tangler. I can sub up on them. If he goes for Toxic or something like that, then that's great for me. But Alamomola especially is the one, because I'm most expecting that thing to carry the Rocky Helmet, because Tangler obviously needs the Eviolite to take the hits. And I can just Wish and sub and power up Punch. Even with the Rocky Helmet, I can Wish up and beat the Alamomola, and then I have a Kangaskhan behind a sub at plus whatever I want, and it's still a Mega Kangaskhan with 125 base attack and the Parental Bond ability. That's not fun for my opponent to be dealing with. He doesn't have a lot that wants to take it. Kang has a good speed tier. The only things that outspeed it are the Jolteon, which I don't think is coming, Mega Diancie, which I can take a hit quite comfortably, because again, I'm max HP. Jirachi speed ties with me, but if he is bulky Jirachi, then I'm going to outspeed it, and return at plus whatever is going to be doing a lot still, unless he brings Jirachi as Rocky Helmet user, but I don't see that being the case, because I have, like, well, I mean, I can weaken Jirachi down with the Lipard. So that's the general idea with the team, is to then win with the mixture of Kangaskhan and Hawlucha. Nidoqueen is there to pressure things. It can switch into Diancie again and pressure it with the Earth Power if he knows I'm scarfed. But other than that, it's just to put offensive pressure on him. I'm not sure if I want to win with the Mama Jackie or the Nacho Libre. I'm not feeling too good about this matchup, if I'm honest with you. And I have to react in the match and play well. I had a couple mocks and I did not play well. And I got demolished. I played a mock and I played well, and I actually managed to win that. So it just depends on his team makeup, whether I want to pressure his team with the Kangaskhan in order for Nacho Libre to sweep, or if I want to pressure his team with Nacho Libre in order for Kangaskhan to sweep. So that is the general idea of the team. Hopefully it pulls off well. Scarf Nidoqueen is really, really nice. It doesn't look like I'm speed creeping, but it's actually perfect to outspeed Jolteon. Oh no, outspeed. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was perfect. I do outspeed the Jolteon, and maybe it was something else. I'm not sure off the top of my head, not gonna lie. What's your speed tier? Well, that is gonna be the team. I hope you guys did enjoy. The battle will be uploaded tomorrow, so make sure you go and check that out. I'm excited. It's the week 1 of GPC. Week 1 is very, very important in every league, in every, you know, whatever kind of sports or competition you're playing in. The first match is really important because it's harder to recover after that, but it's easier to stay ahead. But you never know. That is going to be all from me today, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please leave a like rating down below. If you are feeling like an absolute legend, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button. But other than that, I will smell you later.